So jumping from this creative practice and control into courage, which I think probably goes along with creative practice, how are you fostering courage in the communities, organizations, institutions you're within and you're leading from within?
I think, and I thought about this question before. She's very kind to like give us a heads up, which I appreciate. And the thing that came to mind is that I feel like in my own practice as a leader and who I am is that I'm not afraid to admit when I've made mistakes. I feel like leaders who pretend that they are perfect and that they that either they never do wrong, or when they do wrong, that you shouldn't own up to it. And I feel like I do my best to try and acknowledge when I don't know something. And but that also, like, that takes courage, right? To be in a room where people look to you because you have the title and expect you to know everything, to be like, I don't know, like, I need your support on this, like, how do we figure this out? And when I've been in situations where I've seen other leaders do that, it has instilled greater trust within me that I have with them. So I would say that that's something that I try and model for myself, and something that I try and put forth in the banner of things I lead with. It's that idea that you don't have to know, because once you admit you don't know anything, you actually open yourself up to growth and learning and improvement. And it makes it okay for other people to admit, I also don't know necessarily what I'm doing or what's happening, and I need clarity. And that's how you, like, save time, energy, effort.
Yeah. I think along that same vein, just being transparent about the culture that we exist in as women and people of color in this city of Seattle. It's just being really transparent about that up front so that people can model that too. It allows everybody to have the courage and trust that they can speak up when systems or policies or procedures are steeped in white supremacy, which is all the time.
Every time, all the time. Like, it's where it's like the fish swimming, where it's like it doesn't know it's in the water. Like, the water's everywhere. But to your point, Shannon, too, the idea that as Black women, as women of color, as for you being a mother, like, the fact that we show up and we are able to unapologetically, like, be ourselves, doing that, I feel like also is another way that we are able to, I guess, if you want to talk about modeling courage, instilling that, but having other people see us be our authentic selves in the workplace is also, because for a long time, like, that was not the case. You had to conform and become a version of what you expected, either leadership or management, which is usually, white, cis, het male, right? But for us to be like, no, I'm good. Leadership looks like this. Like, my truth is professional, which is a term I hate, and I'm trying to come up with a different word when we say professional. But just being who we are too.
Yeah, there's like a level of vulnerability there when you model it. I know that when I ask people vulnerable questions, I try to answer them first, right? I'll answer it for myself, and then hopefully it creates that courageous spirit in them as well.
I'm just thinking of, like, the picture of the two of you, and it says leadership looks like this. It's like underneath. Yes, shifting and changing what the ideas are by how you're showing up in the culture, in the space around you, being honest with who you are, how you want to show up, and also, like you're saying, the making of mistakes and the saying when you don't have the answers and being the one in the room that can say that. And then, Shannon, like you're talking about, the naming and being completely transparent about, this is the system we're operating in, and it's still operating around us, in us, and on us all the time. And allowing folks then to be able to speak up to that and to have, like, the courageous conversation about, well, then this is not working. Like, which piece of this are we going to start to chip away at and make a change at from within? So I really appreciate that.